What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Let's talk about Jaron Boots in this again. Um, you know, I made a few videos in the past about Jaron Boots in this, on how I feel about him and what I think his future holds in boxing. A reason why I'm making another update video to this is because, recently Sean Porter came out and said something about Jaron Ennis, calling him overrated, and a lot of people responded to that. Even Boots responded to it. And Boots said, "Hey, come out of retirement and fight me then." And then Sean Porter responded and said, "Man, I'm established and retired without you, or whatever." But let's just talk real quick. This ain't gonna be too long, but I want to know, is Jaron Boots Ennis overrated? Because there's a lot of people that believe that he is. Some believe he's not. I gave my opinion on it, but me, I'm gonna give my honest assessment of somebody. Others might not like it. Other people might agree. Some might disagree. But this is just my take on him. Jaron Ennis is at what? How many fights now? He has just as much fights. He's right up there, damn near with Errol Spence as far as how much pro fights he has. I think he has like 27 or 28 fights. Most of his fights have been knockouts. Now, I'll say this, as I stated before, his level of competition has not been great. He's fought a few names recently, which is like, Sergey Limpinets. I think he fought Van Heerden, which is a decent name, but that shit didn't go far. It was a clash of heads, and the fight stopped. He fought Thomas Delorme. So he has like pretty much like three names, really, three or maybe four, that's really notable or semi-notable on his record. And the rest of them are just mid to low level or like bottom of the barrel fighters. And hey, listen, it's not just Jaron Ennis though. All fighters, their records in the beginning are of lesser known opponents, man. They start them out like that, with fighters that's 5-13, or somebody that's 0-15, 0 wins, 15 losses, coming 13 losses, coming all the way a knockout. Those kind of fighters. All these fighters. Go back and look at all these boxers' records. You're gonna see fighters like that, but then gradually, a lot of times they start stepping up. But a lot of times, man, when all of these boxers, when they start stepping up, sometimes, like, they known for their knockouts, and they knockouts start slowing down. That's gonna happen with a lot of these knockout artists. You're gonna see that happening to them. It's going to happen to Tank Davis. It already happened to Errol Spence, because Errol Spence was this guy they said was man down, and then he hasn't had a knockout since 2018. You're gonna see that. You might see that with Jaron Boots Ennis. We don't know yet. Virgil Ortiz, another one. You might see that with him. But the only boxer that has continuously kept his knockouts rolling is Terrence Crawford, man, with maybe one or two sprinkles of decisions here and there. But for the most part, Terrence Crawford has a long string of knockouts from 140. I think he was hot from 140, and he carried that knockout streak all the way to 147. And all of the detractors are going to say it's because who has he fought? That's the phrase. When they want to take the credit from one boxer, and put it on another, they're gonna say, who has he fought? Come on, man. He fought somebody with a belt, whether you like it or not. You could say anything you want about Jeff Horn not having no real skills, but he beat Pacquiao, and he took his belt. Even though it was controversial, he took the belt. He was the champ. He was the legitimate champ. Bud beat him, and then so on and so on. But back to Boots. He's just now recently stepping up his competition level, with Thomas Delorme. Delorme is a good fighter, man. He's a very good fighter. But Boots was just too much for him, man. Thomas Delorme is getting up there in age. Boots is very young. I wouldn't even say Jaron Ennis is green. I don't know what to really say about him. He might be different, man. I listen. I'm just keeping it real. This is just like I said, my assessment. From what I can see right now, Jaron Boots Ennis looks like he has a promising career. But a lot of things are questionable right now. We don't know how good his chin is yet. He hasn't really fought anybody with real power as far as Sergey Lipinets, I think, is the hardest puncher he's faced so far. But he smoked him. We don't know about his chin yet. He took Sergey's shots with no problem, but we still got to see more from his chin. We got to see more from how he is when somebody with pressure is applying that. Somebody like a Sean Porter. I think he would knock Sean Porter out. I think it would look similar to what Bud did. But I could be wrong. We will have to see. But we may never see that fight. That may never happen. You know what I'm saying? But as with that being said, there's some things that's remaining to be seen about Jaron Ennis. Although I think it looks promising for him, we got to see him with the top guys, and then we can confirm what we already think. That's how I feel. I'm not gonna automatically stamp him. Oh shit, Boots is he gonna go ahead and smoke everybody. I don't know. But I'll say this: the reason why I say I don't know is because Errol and Bud is still there right now. I think Boots could potentially beat Errol Spence. I don't think he's beating Bud though. You know what I mean? But he could possibly beat Bud, but I don't think he will though. And same thing with Errol Spence. It's a strong possibility. I think he can beat Errol. But then, who knows? Errol might hurt him. And then we might see it, Errol or Bud. We might see another Erickson Lubin situation. Who knows? But the thing is with Jaron Ennis, he already has like almost 30 fights. If he stepped in the ring with Errol Spence or Bud, it was like, hey bro, it's too soon. They was saying that too soon shit about Erickson Lubin. Now, I don't know. I got to go back and look at Erickson Lubin's record when he fought to Charlo. I think Jamal Charlo was the one that knocked him out. I think it was Jamal. Was it Jamel or Jamal? It was Jamel, I believe. I don't know. I think it was Jamal. I think Maul was the one that knocked him out. But regardless, people were saying Erickson Lubin was green. He should never been in there with Charlo, and that's why that happened. His inexperience. I don't think that's going to be the same thing with Jaron Ennis, man. I think what people don't realize is the kid been boxing. A lot of boxers start when they like 9, 12, 13 years old, shit like that, which is still good. That's very early. But Boots, man, according to him and his family, he's been boxing since he was like fucking 4 or 5 years old. So that's a long time. That's a lot. He was only a kid. Yeah, I get it. But so were these other boxers. All these boxers were kids once. Most of them started when they were kids. Some started when they were teenagers. Some started when they were kids, like 9, 10, 11 years old. But Boots just one of those guys that he started boxing way before that. So that has to account for something, man. We might be dealing with an anomaly here, and we don't know it yet. Or we might be dealing with somebody that's not as good as everybody think he is. We don't know. I got a few question marks about Jaron Ennis, but from the eye test, it's looking like he's been ready for these top dudes. The things that he's doing in the ring, he's looking really good against mid-level comp and low-level comp. I think he's good enough to look good against the high-level comp, but we have to see first. You understand? We got to see. And it's time. He's right up there in the rankings now. So right now, his challenges will be Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Those will be his biggest challenges. I think he hurts Ugas. I think he punishes Ugas. He probably get Ugas out of there. But I think Ugas might pose a little bit of problems for Boots with that jab. I can see that happening. But I don't. Boots is. I think he'll hurt Errol. He'll hurt Ugas. I've never seen Ugas down, but I think Jaron probably be one of the first ones to do it. I don't even know if Errol gonna do it, but we'll see. But Jaron Ennis, he definitely is ready for the big dogs, man. I personally would like to see him fight Virgil Ortiz like right now. I want Errol and Bud to lock horns and handle their business first. If they leave the division, then Boots is going to be I think Boots is going to be the top dog once Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford go to 154, I think Jaron Ennis is going to be the man up there at 147. But right now, Jaron Ennis is not the man yet. He's getting some fans. He's starting to catch on, getting a little bit of buzz. That's good. Let's just keep on putting positivity in the brother. I hope he fulfills what he needs to. I like Boots, man. Seems like a good kid. We just can't, but at the same time, we can't automatically just say, Jaron Ennis is going to smoke Bud. I seen the comment. I seen people say he going to smoke Bud. He going to smoke Errol. We don't know. I say I think he can beat Errol, but we still don't know. We got to see. It's kind of easier when it's easier to judge fights when it's like somebody like a Thomas Delorme or somebody like a Sergey Lipinets. You know pretty much what the outcome more than likely gonna be. But when it comes to like Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr., you don't know. You just don't know if Boots is gonna beat them dudes. Only way to know and find out is if they all get in the ring with each other, and then we'll see. The likelihood of Boots fighting Errol Spence and Bud Crawford at 147, I think, is highly unlikely unless one of them decide to stick around for it. But if Boots is gonna ever fight Errol or Bud, it'll be at 154. Oh man, 154 would be so crazy. Could you imagine Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence moving up to 154, Jaron Ennis leaving 147, going up to 154, Virgil Ortiz moving up to 154, and then you still got Tony Harrison, Erickson Lubin, Jason Rosario, which is fool, right? He's mush. Sebastian Fundora, Patrick Teixeira. You got Brian Castano, J-Rock. All these cats are still up there. And if Danny Garcia go up there, 154 gonna be off the chain. That's gonna be a dangerous division, man. If all them dudes up there at the same time, Jamel Charlo, he's not gonna be. He's about to move up. So that's just my take on it, man. I think Jaron Ennis is the goods. I think he's an excellent fighter, but there are still question marks. There's question marks on his chin. We know boxers need a chin, bro. That's one of the most important things in boxing is to have a chin. You need a chin. We don't know yet. He hasn't been hit by anybody with some real serious power or more power than Sergey Lipinets. We'll have to see. I think I would have to say, I think Boots will be all right in the chin department, but we got to see. We say that, and then he get in there and get rocked by Bud or Errol, and then you start seeing him dancing all over the ring or something like that. That's possible. That doesn't mean somebody's chinny, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just get rocked with a good shot. That doesn't mean somebody's chinny off the rip because they get hit with somebody with power, and then they rocking all over the place. Floyd was rocking all over the place. I think it's about how you gain yourself and how you regain, your wits after the punch. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on Jaron Ennis, man. To sum it up, the kid has promise. He looks promising. He looks like he have a bright future, but we just don't know about the chin, and we don't know for sure if he gonna beat Errol or Bud, especially Bud. But we'll see. But anyway, let me know what you think about Jaron Boots Ennis, man. Is he overrated, or is he what people think he is? The goods. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Like, subscribe, support the channel, comment, share. I'll see y'all and catch y'all later. Peace.